there, it's Janet from JRK Handcrafted. Finished this album a little bit ago. I just didn't have a chance to post it up on the site or take a video of it. It's a pretty simple album. It measures 8 1/4 this way by 5 3/4 this way, and it has a very large 3-inch spine. And that's to allow for not loading up the album, but certainly incorporating a lot of your photographs. It will hold 40 4x6s, 3 2x3s, and 2 3x4s. So the front's very simple. It's just got some kind of border tags here. You and Me in the Sea. This is from the paper collection. A really cool kind of embellishment here. The clock, which kind of, hopefully it stops when you're on vacation and your vacation doesn't go too long. Has a 3-inch spine, which has some journaling here. You could put the date and the name of the folks who went, the cute little seahorse on the back, and then this is basically plain back here. It does have a little bit of trim here, just to kind of accent and kind of be a buffer between the two pattern papers. So let's get into it. Like I said, it is fairly plain, easy to navigate for those folks that are not used to mini albums. The pages are very simplified, make it a lot of fun to look through, and not overwhelming to post your pictures in. It doesn't have a lot of flips and flaps and that type of thing, so it's a nice, easy album to navigate. So at the very front here, we have a waterfall, which has this really cool little tropical group of fish, which looks like they're in a fish bowl, but we're hoping that they're out there somewhere where you're vacationing. This opens up, and then these particular pattern papers, you certainly could leave them as is. I've kind of designated spots here for photos. So a 4x6, if you were to put a 4x6 on here, you would cover up that plain paper. If you wanted to cut that down just slightly, you could get yourself a border, a gray border around here. But that would certainly be up to you. These are sized 4x6, so if you have a 4x6 paper or picture, just throw some glue on it and stick her down. The same here. It has this really pretty, I'm not really sure what color you call it. I guess a kind of a pale tealy blue. And then the gray here, a little bit of geography here and there, and then the same here. This all closes back up with a magnet. So what you might want to do is, if you're looking through your photos, and depending on how many you have for the vacation you're on, or if you're giving this to someone, start by putting your pictures where the mats are, and then if you find that you still have some extra pictures, you can always put them over the pattern paper as well. Okay, so we'll carry on here. Again, like I said, this is pretty simple. These pages all follow the same basic design. In this case, you've got pattern paper here with room for a mat on the, or a picture on the back, which this is already matted to kind of designate that area. But if you were going to put a 3x4 on here, there'd be no reason why you couldn't put a 3x4 there and leave just a pretty gray paper on its own, or switch it this way, just because, well, this has no orientation really, so you could put your 3x4 on there. So just some suggestions on, you know, what you might want to do with these mats. And then you've got some cute little tags here, which is a great place for some journaling. So there's a few of those, or you can put a 2x3 photo on here. So that goes in there. Inside each of these pockets is a large photo mat. Now this photo mat measures 5 by 7. So if you were to put a 5x7 photo on here, it would completely cover this pattern paper, but you can do it. And on the back, it would cover here. And again, if you cut it down even by 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, we'll say, on two sides, or 1/8 of an inch on each side, you would have this pretty mint colored. So if I was doing it and left just a little bit, you'd have that pretty border around your picture. Again, this would be for a 5x7. Okay, and they just basically slide back inside here. And then again, so you've got these basic pockets on either side, and then the coordinating mats to go with them. And these mats can be placed anywhere. So you know, you can switch them around. It doesn't really matter which side they go in. This is a booklet, so it will hold a couple of 3x4s. And then on the back here, I left this one open. You could use some white gel pen and do some really cool journaling on the back, which would be really awesome. So you would have your pictures in here, or you could journal in the gray. It's certainly up to yourself. And again, this one has the mat that you can use just a straight photo here, and the keep the pattern paper, or like I said, if you wanted to put two 3x4s on here, that certainly would work too, and you'd have a frame around both of them, which would be awesome. Okay, so that goes back in here. Yep, there we go. Okay, and then it just continues. You've got this really cool, I was going to say seaweed. Maybe there's a better name for it. Ocean vegetation. There. And again, here, you've got the 4x6 photo mat. Again, you've got your large 5x7 mat in here, which is great. And here again, you've got 2 tags here, which has place for journaling on the back or small photos, and your photo mats. As you can see, this collection was pretty much all greens and beiges, with a little wee bit of kind of a blue color. Again, 5x7 photo mat goes in there. And those slide in pretty easily. There's no pulling or tugging to get those out. 4x6, 4x6. And your mat on this side. Now this has got a different color mat on the back, which is really kind of pretty. It would look really nice with some beachy type photos on it. 2 photo mats, no use to take those out. They're basically the same as the rest. And again, you've got the 5x7 photo mat in the back. So let's find where that goes here. There we go. Okay. And then on the back here, you've got basically the same thing here, and there's just some little greetings or phrases here. You'll notice that they're kind of, oh, maybe not on that one. So every once in a while, I've cut those out of the paper and put those down. And then at the very back here, on the back of the album, you've got kind of a cool little envelope. Now there's nothing in here, and this closes down with a magnet. However, this would be a great place to put some of the extra photos that maybe you didn't have room for, or that you didn't want to cover up some of the paper, so you might just, or duplicates even, you might want to slide them in there. This closes up with a magnet, and this flips open, and you could put a photo there, and you could put a photo there. So you could finish off here, you can put photos there. So there is lots of opportunity, and again the back, with all the ocean stuff in the back. So there's lots of opportunity. This album, as you can see, there's lots of room. So even if you were to add your photos, because obviously that's going to add some bulk to the album, there's lots of space between these pages. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's seven pages both sides, plus your back and your front cover on the inside, where you can put your photos. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed kind of the walk through this mini album. And I hope that, you know, one of you might find a use to either give it as a gift, or that maybe you have some photos just sitting up on Facebook that you'd like to basically download and print, and either give that to someone, or, you know, put it on a bookshelf just so that you can pull out at your leisure and kind of remember the vacation that you had. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. This should be posted up on jrkhandcrafted.com within the next few days. I would say probably by the 6th or so of January. I'm hoping to have this up there, so you can have a look at that, and the video will stay up there so that if you do give it as a gift, the walkthrough is available down the road, so there's no additional explaining that has to go with providing this as a gift. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.